In this video, we're going to break down one of the most misunderstood differences in real life. Truecel versus overweight. These two groups are often lumped together, but the reality is brutally different. Today we'll expose the truth behind bone-locked versus fat-locked and show you exactly what each type can, or can't, do to improve. A Truecel is someone who is permanently disadvantaged by bone structure and major. No amount of dieting, gym, or skincare will fix a high gonial angle, recessed chin, long mid-face, or severe facial asymmetry. Society doesn't just reject Truecels romantically, it rejects them socially. Even children, co-workers, and strangers treat them differently. In some cases, it's caused by genetic disorders, underdevelopment, or even trauma. A Truecel often doesn't even register as human to the subconscious social radar. They're seen as odd, off, or even unsettling. Facial bones define the scaffolding of attractiveness. And for a Truecel, that scaffolding is permanently compromised, unless they undergo extreme surgery, like Le Fort osteotomy, BSSO, or chin implant reconstruction. And even then, the results are unpredictable. It is a big double-edged sword, because surgery can also make your situation worse, like permanent injury, big loss of money for nothing, or for uncanny results, if you do happen to be a Truecel. This is the #1 coldest and harshest truth I will ever come across on this channel. Truecels, you will have to ditch dating altogether. I know it's cruel and harsh, but if you do put yourself out in society, especially women, it will destroy you completely. For your safety, please try to isolate yourself from the world and pick up a solitude hobby, like reading a book like the Holy Bible, playing video games, moving to an isolated area for peace and quiet, or picking up on fishing or dirt biking, whatever. I know that life will be brutal to you, but I personally love you as a human being. I will pray and wish you well, and it's not your fault that you happen to be handed with difficult cards to deal with. But please, you will be much better off in solitude and peace and content. Life will be best that way. I don't appreciate society treating you like this, but it is part of human nature. I wish you well, and remember, not every single problem in life has a solution. Now let's talk about what many call the fatzel, or overweight. A man who is unattractive, not because of his bones, but because his fat is covering his potential. The jawline is buried. The mid-face looks bloated. The neck merges into the chin. But that's a key difference? The structure might be decent underneath. Society still disrespects fatsels, but there's a path to redemption. With discipline, fasting, cardio, and diet control, many fatsels can transition into normie, or even Chadlite territory. Countless glow-ups have shown this. The moment fat is removed from the face, features are revealed. I've personally experienced this myself, when I remember a time I was fat back in the day, and good majority of people would not treat me well. Some people may have made a false allegation on me, while others rejected me or called me a creep because the truth was I was fat, and fat is unattractive. This was back at school, by the way. My diet was very bad. I would literally binge eat takeaway deep-fried foods, processed sugar-filled foods, and excess calories in general. Because of this, I did not develop that well as a kid growing up in school, and wasn't very social either. My childhood experiences were terrible. When I was 17 or 18, which was about 10 years ago now, I finally lost the weight, played a lot of basketball, went to the gym and eaten healthier, so I went from overweight to a mid or high-tier normie. The differences in treatment from other people, like students, teachers, and family members, was quite a day and night difference. I did get treated much better, and some of the girls did find me attractive or somewhat attractive. Some of the people who treated me bad when I was overweight treated me a lot better when I slimmed down, even though it was my fault for overeating junk food back in the day. It's also genetics and gut microbiology that influences on how easy it is to gain weight, and eating even more food or calories than I need to. Some people have slow metabolism and obesity genetics, while others have faster metabolism and gets full very quickly genetics, thus eating and not putting on weight so easily. Genetics is a very broad and fascinating topic to go over. Remember, you need to play with the cards that have been handed to you. Stop making excuses and lose the weight. Eat healthier, proper food and less calories. Trust me, it will make your life better. I will look at doing a video on dieting in department, but for now eat mostly fruits, vegetables, eggs, fish, beef, and see how you go. Right now I have 6 pack abs. I could do up to 10 muscle ups on a good day, and a 1-arm pull-up. So come on guys, get fit. Seriously, it will make your life better, and remember, get proper sleep as well. Among the darkest examples of the sin-filled cruel world, there is one name that echoes through forums and videos alike. A name that's whispered with shock, sadness, and a sense of brutal realism for Truecels or Deformedcels. Mitten, or Mitten IRL. For years he posted online about his struggles. He spoke about rejection, bullying, and being treated like a ghost by society. Not just by women, but by people in general. Many thought he was exaggerating, that he was just another doomer looking for attention, until he revealed his face. The moment that photo surfaced, everything changed. His facial structure was beyond what most people thought possible. A high cranial vault, collapsed jaw, severe asymmetry, and an overall facial composition that defied conventional aesthetics. He didn't look ugly. He looked deformed. The mockery stopped. The trolling vanished. People weren't laughing anymore. They were disturbed. They realized, this is what a Truecel actually looks like. He wasn't just unattractive, he was bone-locked beyond repair. No mewing, no gym, no grooming, not even surgery could promise redemption. Over time, Mitten faded away. He posted less. His tone grew darker. And eventually, he disappeared. It's widely believed that he drank himself to death, unable to cope with the constant psychological and societal rejection. His story isn't a meme, it's not a punchline, it's a warning of how brutal life can be to someone born into the wrong genetic hand. Mitten didn't lose. Life lost him. And the world moved on without noticing. Let's talk about the Ugly Oofie overweight and/or Truecel and the Stacy, the classic forced dynamic between an overweight man and a high SMV woman. At first glance, this might seem like a success story, the sub-3 guy with the 9/10ths girl. But the truth is, it's almost never real. And when it is, it's toxic. Why? Because the imbalance is too severe, both relationally and socially. The Oofie, the man far below her league, enters the relationship from a position of worship, not equality. He puts her on a pedestal. He becomes submissive. He's constantly anxious about being replaced, and rightly so. She has options. He doesn't. Friends mock her. Family questions her. Other women laugh. And Chad is just one DM away. This kind of relationship breeds resentment, not intimacy. She eventually loses respect. He starts begging, overcompensating, clinging. And once her hypergamy kicks in, it's over. She either leaves him for someone higher status, emotionally checks out, or uses him until something better comes along. It's not love, it's convenience. Survival. Exploitation. The world sees an Ugly Oofie with a Stacy and assumes, he must be rich. She must be cheating. It won't last. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't. In this world, your face is the make or break situation. The Oofie doesn't win. He's just renting the illusion until reality shows up, and he will get burnt up and destroyed. Trust me. I will say that it is better to be alone and away from everyone until you looks max and improve your appearance for your own health, safety, and well-being. Being a Truecel or overweight sucks. Let's not sugarcoat it. You're invisible, ignored, maybe even mocked. But here's the alternative bright side twist. Your invisibility might be your shield. While Chads are out here collecting bodies like achievements, you're dodging bullets. No messy breakups. No false paternity scares. No child support from a one-night stand. No STDs from a girl who's had more than 10 partners by 22. The modern dating scene is a minefield. And if you're ugly, you're not even allowed on the battlefield. You're not catching bodies. But you're also not catching herpes or AIDS or any other STDs, which is also a big pandemic in this modern world. You're not getting validated from, but you're not getting destroyed either. The guys who win in multi-body dating often can lose in life. Court battles, alimony, emotional trauma, co-parenting chaos. Meanwhile, you're alone. But your peace is intact. You didn't get burned because you never got close to the fire. That doesn't mean you should stay where you are. But understand, many rejections can save you from a firestorm. Every ghost, every flake, every "you're not my type." That was the universe removing chaos from your path, so yeah, you're not getting love, but you're also not getting used. In today's dating world, ugly might just be the new armor. Just remember, I'm not an original blackpill channel, even though this video is quite blackpill on Truecels or overweight. But I'm not blackpill on normies, though. Life is very broad and complex. So if you enjoy this video, please subscribe if you want to hear more of my unique wisdom and knowledge until I will see you in the next video.